What's up, fungal associates? Welcome to Completely Arbortrary. It's the podcast about trees and other related topics. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Alex Crowson. And of course, we have Casey Clapp. Hi, Casey.
Yo, what's up?
Wow.
It's me, Casey.
Well, Casey, before we started recording, you mentioned that you had something to share with our friends.
Oh, I do have something to share with our friends. Today is Thursday, as far as I can tell. If you are listening to this on the day it comes out, it's a Thursday. Specifically, it's Thursday, December 11th. Now, on the following day, which is Friday the 12th, I, Casey Clapp, am going to be on Reddit. Whoa! Yeah, you ever heard of it? So an old friend reached out and said, "Hey, do you want to be on an AMA on Reddit?"
That's right.
I've never done that, but I know Reddit's famous for it. So I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we have that planned for, if you're listening to this on Thursday the 11th.
Thank you.
Friday the 12th.
And this is on the Oregon subreddit.
Yes, this is r/Oregon.
That's right.
And it will be at 2 o'clock. I'll be doing it for 2 hours or so. So
Cool.
2 to 4.
I might hop on there.
Yeah, baby, find me there. I've never done one. I really don't have any idea what to do or expect.
I think they'll just ask you questions and you'll answer them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you're unable to make it digitally on Friday, on Saturday the 13th, I will be at Silver Falls State Park, just south of town here.
That's
and I'm going
right.
to be doing a little tree walk with a couple folks. It's their winter festival. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Can anyone come to that?
Anybody can come, and it has a lot of things designed for kids. So if you're like, hey, I just want to hang out with my kids or bring my kids and blah, blah, blah.
Cool.
This is the time. This is the place.
Does it cost anything?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think you have to get a parking pass. I think that's it.
Well, Casey, you've got so many exciting things going on.
I do. I'm even going to be in Lacey, Washington on Monday, but don't even worry about that.
Oh my
Actually,
gosh.
I'm sorry, do worry about that if you're near Lacey or Olympia or something like that.
We'll tell them what it is if they are.
Okay, well, come see me at the library. I'm going to be doing a little library talk, talking a little bit about trees and other related topics, but not in the strict sense.
Not officially, no.
It's not official. Mostly it's on tree identification.
Okay.
And my new book, The Trees Around You, which we should note, we're selling on our website.
That's right.
So if you want it and you want to give the proceeds right directly here, then that's go buy it on the website.
Yeah.
CompletelyArbitraryPod.com. Arbortrarypod.com.
That's right.
And also, remember, it's a fabulous Christmas gift. I mean,
The best.
It's the best. It is so funny. It's so well done. It's so beautiful. I'm told. I highly recommend it.
I mean, I told you all those things.
It's true. I just don't want everyone to be like, man, this guy really thinks highly of himself, doesn't he?
That's okay. You can think highly of yourself when you deserve it.
Okay, well,
a lot of people don't.
Still waiting for that.
Oh, please, Casey.
Yeah, thanks,
Stop
Alex.
fishing. Listen, everyone, we got to talk about a tree today, and this is part 2 in a little series we're doing.
That's right.
Today we're talking ebony.
Hey, Ebony.
And Ivory were together in perfect harmony. We got to do so after a break. We'll be right back with Completely Arbortrary. I fell out of a tree.
Yeah, I saw that. Are you okay, man?
I'm better now. Welcome back. Today we're talking ebony, which I guess I didn't even really know was a tree.
Wow.
It's true.
But you know what ebony is, or you just know it means dark, like black?
I think I just knew that it was like a word for dark black.
Oh, I see.
But I guess I didn't really put together that it was a wood.
Yep, it's a wood.
Ebony wood.
It's an ebony wood from an ebony tree.
And ivory comes from elephants.
It's true. That is the tusk.
Yeah.
And that is the white versus the black.
That's what Paul McCartney and... I just edited out 40 seconds of Casey and I trying to think of that man's name.
Oh, God!
Anyway, they sang Ebony and Ivory, and it was a big come-together moment.
I see. Yep. I actually didn't know that they did that. I thought you were making that song up, truly.
Well, anyway, Casey, let's talk about the ebony, and let's imagine, as we do every episode, that you and I want to say South America.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. We're in Brazil.
Wow.
Another song I love. And we come across some ebony trees. Let's ID this tree.
Okay. So, you're not wrong with where we're at, but you're not right
Oh.
either. So, This is kind of a fun little adventure we're going to go on today.
Oh my gosh.
So we are talking about a particular species of ebony. That particular species is the Ceylon ebony, and that's Ceylon is in Sri Lanka, which is spelled Ceylon. It's the old name for that little island chain.
Okay.
So this is Diospyros ebenum. Diospyros ebenum.
Diospyros ebenum.
Ebenum.
Diospyros agamemnon.
Okay, all right, we're getting closer, and that's okay.
Well, speaking of Agamemnon, Diospyros.
Yes,
that's the same genus as last week's tree.
exactly. That is why, that's half the reason I wanted to do it again today, because the Diospyros trees are generally split into two big kind of main camps. One is the food that we call the persimmon.
Okay.
The other we named for the wood inside of the trees, which are ebonies.
Okay.
Same everything otherwise. We just don't really focus on the other parts of one if it's a different kind.
I see.
Yeah. So the tree that we're looking for is actually native to Sri Lanka and southern India, specifically southeastern India. It's on that, like, the side that is on the east of the big, like, giant peninsula of India that kind of goes down into the Indian Ocean.
Okay. So we're not so much in South America.
We're not, but the reason why I wasn't really getting on your case is that there are a bunch that are native to that area. So there's like 300 species in Asia, the Pacific, 98 in Madagascar, and 94 in the mainlands of Africa, and around 100 species in the Americas.
Wow.
With a final 15 in Australia and 31 in New Caledonia.
I don't know. These are all species of ebonies.
These are all Diospyros, correct?
Oh, with Diospyros.
Exactly.
Generally.
So you could call them ebonies still, but the thing that we know and love and call ebony, they are very particular trees. In fact, this is just one of probably a dozen or so species that have really intensely dark heartwood.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about that in a second.
Okay.
The real question is, what do they look like when you actually walk into them? Stevie Wonder. It's Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. Oh, my
Stevie Wonder, Alex.
God.
Yes. Man, I feel like a cloud has moved away from me and moved off. I feel good.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I feel like I literally lost weight.
Sorry, everyone. We're going to take a quick break.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Was it? I don't even know if it was Paul McCartney now. I don't know anything
who
anymore.
cares? It doesn't matter. We got what we needed. Okay, so you're walking around. You're in Sri Lanka. You are somewhere in the evergreen dry forests of southeastern India, and you see a tree. This is going to be a tree that's about 100 feet tall at max, usually maybe somewhere between 50 and 60 once it's kind of mature.
Okay.
It's going to have a stem diameter of at most 5 feet, but like that's huge. Generally speaking, they're going to be much smaller.
Medium tree?
I would say it's a medium to large tree.
Medium large?
Yeah, and the reason that it's not going to be always large, even though it could be, is that we have cut them down so much in almost every place they've ever grown, or we find one species that we like and we use them all up, then we move to another place with a different species and do the same thing.
We don't let them get that large.
We don't. And if they did, we've already cut them down and we have to still wait for them to grow up because they're very, very, very slow growing trees.
Okay, I thought they might be.
Exactly. You kind of always suspect, or otherwise we would not have, a small supply, which makes them very expensive. Right?
Yeah, right.
So ebony, if you know anything about wood, ebony and teak and rosewood, these like really dark, fancy, hard woods, always really expensive.
Okay, yeah.
But again, we'll talk about that in just a little bit.
Exciting.
So you see this tree, you think to yourself, well, based on the size from what I'm seeing here, that could be an ebony. That could at least be a Diospyros. Moving in a little bit closer, you'll notice, it's got a big evergreen bushy canopy. The leaves are about 5 inches, like 3-ish to 5 inches long, about 1.5 inches or so wide, and they are shiny, shiny, lustrous green when they first come out. They kind of lose a little luster over time, but generally speaking, you'll be able to see a shiny-ish green leaf that is acuminate on the bottom, acuminate on the top, which means it's basically like your normal-ass shaped leaf, nothing too fancy about it. It does, though, have veins that are very obvious on the top and the bottom.
I see that they're very pronounced veins.
Yes, yeah. You can feel them. You can feel them in or on the leaf surface as well. It's called coriaceous.
Oh, it's like textured?
It's got a little texture to it.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Now, there's also no hairs on it except for really right when they first start coming out. So they're glabrous.
I knew it was glabrous.
Look at you, Alex. You're crushing it, dude.
I was going to say glabrous.
I was going to say it too. Oh, okay. Do you want to say it?
If I'm getting this right, I believe these leaves are glabrous.
Alex, very well done.
Why did I turn Russian?
I don't know, but I like that you did. Now, in the axils of each one of these leaves, that's where the leaf stem attaches to the stem of the plant, the petiole attaches to the plant. That's where the little flowers come out.
Oh.
The male flowers don't do a whole lot. They create a little bit of pollen, and they are produced in little cymes. So a cyme is like a determinate little flower cluster, and it means it has one flower in the very middle, but then it has branches on the other side that are also producing flowers, but it blooms from the middle outwards.
What?
That's a cyme.
Can you give me another example of a cyme that I might know from real life?
Yes. It would be a linden. They are also cymes.
It's not that helpful for me,
Oh,
unfortunately.
come on.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I think I can kind of picture them.
Yeah, okay. The reason that it's interesting, Alex, is that some different plants have a racemose umbel or something like that, or they have a corum, and a corum is a flat-topped, more or less, cluster of flowers, but the outer flower starts lowest on the stem.
I see.
So as the stem grows up, the ones closer to the middle are in fact the youngest flowers. So the oldest ones bloom, so it blooms from the outside in. And a cyme is different, where it grows up and then it starts blooming from the tip, which is determinate. So basically the tip is like, done, we're not growing any further, I'm a flower. It starts to bloom, then the ones on the outside start to bloom afterwards. So
That's
it goes from
interesting.
middle out. So the female flowers, though, Alex, they are the ones that produce the fruit, of course, because they're the ones that have the ovary. They're the one with all the parts that accept the pollen, the pistil. So they are born singly, and they have a little tiny pedicel, and they have 4 sepals in their calyx, and they have 4 petals in their corolla. Each one of those petals will fall away as the fruit starts to get bigger and bigger, but those sepals will always stay.
I see.
And the way that the fruit ends up developing, it looks to me... Are you familiar, Alex, with ground stars, the mushrooms?
No.
Okay, so there are these mushrooms that have like little... It looks like they have little petals or calyxes or something like that grow over the top of a round circular thing. And essentially, this mushroom comes up, and then it just goes pop, and it pops open with these what look like petals on the ground with this circular mushroom cap in the middle.
I do know these.
You've seen these, yeah?
I think I squished one when I was a kid.
I'm sure, yeah.
And it's like hollow.
And it has a little puff that comes up. Yeah, totally.
So gross. Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's not what I was expecting, but that's fine. So the fruit of our salon, Ebony, looks just like that. It is uncanny to me.
Totally.
Especially as it gets older, because it dries out. It goes from a kind of shiny-ish green to a little bit of a yellow-orange to a dark gray, and it looks like a lime that you just left sitting on your counter for 100 years. Except it has these 4 bracts on the bottom, which are actually the sepals from the flower structure.
I knew those weren't petals.
Yeah,
just by looking at it, I was
knew it.
Those aren't petals.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You'll see it on every species of Diospyros, on all the persimmons, which is famous for making them persimmons, and all of the ebonies as well.
Yeah, it is very persimmon-like.
It is, yeah.
And is it a yummy fruit that we could pop in our mouths and go yum yum?
I don't believe so. No, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
In fact, if you look at it, you're like, ooh, I don't. No, thank you. It's because it looks just kind of like a grayish, kind of blah,
it's like a little
kind
ball
of thing.
sack.
Exactly. It doesn't look appetizing to me. Personally.
That's fair.
However, I do know that some things eat them. No one's quite sure exactly the main dispersal, but we have seen this species as well as plenty of others. Like I said, there's probably 800, I think, different species. They're all over the tropical and semi-temperate regions of the world, on islands like New Caledonia. So we know that they are taken by animals, probably birds.
Sure.
But we also know that those fruit will just drop straight to the ground, or seeds will kind of fall out of them, and then right from there, new little seedlings will pop up.
Good old-fashioned reproduction.
They're just going for it.
Okay.
But here's the thing. They grow in this kind of dry evergreen forest, which is tropical, but it's not super wild tropical forest, but they can grow in that area. Here's a fun little fact for you.
Hit me.
So they can apparently grow in areas that have as little as 30 inches of rainfall a year.
That's not a lot.
It's not a whole lot. It's, I think Portland gets like 50 or something like that, maybe 34. Like it's
for a tropical place.
Exactly. Which, there are dry tropics and there are wet tropics.
Yeah, I've never heard of dry tropics.
Yes, you have. We've talked about this with like drought deciduous tropical trees in Brazil, in the Cerrado, things like that. All right. Yeah, he's a little suspicious still. All right.
Sounds like fake news.
Honestly, it'd be really funny if you go back and be like, Casey, I just listened to a bunch of our old shows. Do you have any idea how many times we've talked about this and this and this?
I'm sure.
Oh my God.
My brain
funny.
is a sieve.
You know what? That's okay.
I'm sorry. My job is to sit down with an expert in his field and get a ton of information.
And just keep it.
Yeah.
Just hold on to it.
I'm going to do
forever.
that? Listen, I take away the important nuggets, okay?
You do, and we appreciate it so much.
Yeah, I do the best I can.
Well,
I'm so defensive today.
You're doing fine. Do you want to guess the amount of rain that it also can grow in?
Well, on the other end of the spectrum, I'm
exactly.
Like 200 inches.
You could be close. Could you quickly do 23 times 12?
Of course, yeah. 276?
Yes, that's it. So actually, you were a little bit shy.
Wow, I went on the high end of what I thought I would be.
Yeah, exactly. And that is another amount of rainfall, which translates to 23 feet of rain in a single year.
God.
Is that not crazy?
So they can grow in 30 inches
yes.
and 25 feet.
Yes.
That's wild.
It's a crazy, crazy thing.
Is there a name for that? Like moisture variability or something?
It's just kind of your local climate and kind of things. But
like the tree being able to do that,
Oh, I see.
Like it has good,
I don't know. I would just say kind of adaptability,
Sure, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question, Alex. Either way, this tree can grow and usually prefers the dry, evergreen, not quite gigantic rainforest tropical areas.
Okay.
But
like your southern India.
Exactly. But it can grow, in these places that has way more water.
Interesting.
So this tree, again, Alex, we call the ebony. We call it the Ceylon ebony because we mostly found it in the biggest quantities. And when I say we, I'm speaking specifically of colonial Europeans. Found it in Sri Lanka, Ceylon, and said, oh my God. And we started just exporting so much of it. So much. Like, I mean, tons and tons and tons of it.
I can tell this is going to be a bummer.
It will be.
Or are we not focusing on the bummer parts?
It will be a little bit of a bummer.
Okay.
We're going to focus on that for just a second.
Okay. Rip it off.
So this wood has been so valued that we would just go in and cut down every single tree we found, and then we'd send it off to go be processed into whatever thing.
Classic.
Now, we have been doing this, or rather the wood ebony has been traded for thousands and thousands of years. So we know that the word ebony actually comes from an Egyptian word, which is HBNY, ebony.
HBNY, Egyptian?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. So that is how you'd say the ancient Egyptian word. And that was probably being traded like 4,000 years ago or more.
The Old Kingdom.
Yes, and people were like, what? Yes, specifically the 5th dynasty.
Okay.
So people were like, whoa, this particular species was traded from Sri Lanka and India all the way down to Egypt. Now, that is a distance worth being like, that's crazy, 4,000 years ago?
Yeah.
So it's
an ancient spice road.
Exactly, yeah. So it would be traded most likely from merchants coming from India going west and either sailing or walking and trading with Arab traders on the Arabian Peninsula that then got traded to the Egyptians on mainland Africa.
Sure. You're probably going to take a boat.
I think so, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was very common at that point. But it wasn't like huge, big ships. It was kind of like small, like merchant vessels kind of cruising around.
Oh, so scary.
Yeah, this is like even before the famous Phoenicians in the Mediterranean and things like that. But they ended up getting in the game as well because we can trace this word, ebony, through Greek, which is ebenos, and then that was just basically describing these dark woods that came from India, like these exotic eastern woods was ebenos.
Okay.
Then from the 17th century onward, the word was adopted into European languages such as ebene in French, ebeno in Spanish, and Greek ebenotes, which is great. That means black wood.
Okay.
Isn't that cool? Well, I guess it means ebony wood because Holtz is there, I think.
Oh.
Is that right? Never mind. I don't actually know. That's right. But like Krumholtz, I'm going to look up Krumholtz real fast.
That's okay. You talked yourself out of a fun fact. Wow.
Yeah, I sure did.
Digging that hole.
Yeah, I was like, dig a hole. Casey, get out of that hole. Oh, my God.
So the original Egyptian, did that word have a meaning other than this wood?
I think it was just referencing black wood.
It was a special word for that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And in France, later on, the word ébéniste means a carpenter who works on very fine furniture.
And what finer furniture is there?
Than furniture made from this exotic, wild, beautiful black wood.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, the profession was named after the material.
Yeah, exactly. But then it also just became a wider term used for a really fancy carpenter.
I wonder if they had if people had imposter syndrome. It's like, I've never technically worked with ebony.
Yeah,
but I'm an eboniste. It's like, I hope nobody asks.
Don't ask the question. But yeah, so it's been traded in Europe since at least 2,400 years ago.
You know what's curious to me, like these things that catch on.
Yeah, right.
And like, what do they all have in common? Like a nutmeg or ebony wood or... Help me.
Yeah, well, there's also all the other spices and fruits. You have star anise, you have teak, and all these like exotic woods from the kind of tropical locations.
Yeah, and I suppose it's just like it looks or smells or tastes different than anything else.
Way different, just like mind-blowing difference.
So unique.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting to me.
Yeah, and this wood in particular is so unique that it has been known. There's now at least one other species that I think kind of reaches this level, but it is known to have zero marbling, zero other colors, zero streaks.
Oh.
It is straight black.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the wood a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. We can talk about the wood a little bit, Alex. So, the wood.
Casey is dear Yorking his laptop.
I am, exactly. Make sure I can see everything.
Poor Yorking, excuse me.
Poor Yorking, yes. So, there is a very clear distinction between the sapwood and the heartwood of the ebony. Now, remember that as you go from the outside of a tree to the inside, there are different layers. The outer layer is the bark.
Wait, can I try?
Oh, yeah, please.
Of course, the outer layer is the bark. We went over that.
Exactly.
Then you got the cambium.
Yes.
The cambium layer. And then you've got your sapwood.
Correct.
Which is like the working, living, breathing wood.
Exactly. It is still alive.
Yes. And then right in the middle there, well, not quite in the middle. And then you have your heartwood.
Exactly.
Which I like to think of as sapwood that has retired from its working life.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And it darkens in color.
Exactly.
Across the board.
In particular, not always. Some trees don't really do as much darkening as other trees.
Because there's not as much water in it?
Or, well, it's called extractives is what it is.
Oh.
So as the sapwood dies, the trees basically fill the old dead wood with different things that make it so it's decay resistant and structurally sound, things like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why it's so dark.
It's like a death.
It is. Oh, it is 100% dead.
They're like it's like a mummification. They're
I see.
Putting a bunch of stuff with it.
Yes.
Strapping it up in a tomb and closing the door.
They're embalming the cells to be like, you are now just here to exist while the rest of us continue to grow.
And at the very, very center is the singularity. What did you say?
Lollipop.
Is a lollipop.
Yeah.
At the center of every tree is a lollipop.
Yeah, it was a Tootsie Roll. Duh.
And how many wood chops does it take?
Yeah. How many wood chops does the wood chopper need to chop in order to get to the Tootsie Pop?
I loved that commercial. The pith, of course.
The pith is the very center, yes.
Which is basically like a little. The wood doesn't have anywhere to go, so it's hollow.
Exactly. It's just, it can be like sometimes it gets filled with things, but yeah, sometimes it's like almost bone marrow like.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, groovy.
So that's what it looks like, and in our ebony, there is a very clear demarcation between the two. When it goes from sapwood to heartwood, it's like literally night and day.
Nice. So the extractives have to have that black color.
Exactly. So why are they that color? Well, it's the same reason for all the rest. The same thing we talked about just a second ago, which is they essentially want that to be as decay resistant as possible, because as time goes on, the rest of the tree is literally built on this structure.
Sure.
It's built on this old stem that now is the support for the rest of the tree as it gets larger.
Wow.
So if that starts to decay, that'll just weaken the rest of the tree. And they're essentially building their new structure on kind of an old broken structure, right? That's not a good way to live. So throw in as much different chemicals as you can to create a situation where nothing is going to decay it. And let me tell you, Alex, nothing decays this wood.
Really?
Give it enough time, like set it in a tropical forest, it will go away. But for the most part, it's extremely decay resistant. It's extremely hard. Insects don't really get into it or even like bite into the wood. It's like a really dense and hard piece of organic matter.
Just imagine how many Victorian English people are laying in a casket made of this stuff. And it's still there.
And it's still there.
Yeah.
They're long gone, but the tree, I
Yeah.
would not be surprised. That would be disgusting.
Damn.
So sometimes the wood can show it's like a little bit of a blue tone to it. Like if you kind of move it in the light a little bit, it can kind of shimmer blue.
A little iridescent.
Like
roast beef.
Exactly. Just like roast beef.
Roast
right?
beef does that.
What?
Yeah. Like deli sliced roast beef. After
Really?
like a week in the fridge, you move it in the light a little bit, it's a little fish scaly.
Ooh, that seems like it wouldn't be
away.
what I want to eat.
Throw it away at that point.
Oh my God. Very interesting. Aside from that little bluish tone to it, it is very smooth if you cut it and kind of give it a little sand. And it is so thoroughly dark and uniform that it appears for all intents and purposes like black plastic.
Wow.
And that is kind of the funny thing about this, is that it's the fanciest, most expensive, most insane wood you can get. Why is it so? Because it looks almost exactly like black plastic, which is like kind of some kind of sad irony.
I know.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Wild.
So, of course, it used to just be the hardest, blackest material you could find that wasn't black stone.
Yeah.
Like jade or jet or something like that.
Sure.
Not jade, just jet. But now we're like compared like, oh, it looks just like the black plastic on my like eye thing. And I'm like, it's just such a fall from grace, you know?
That was the most ladistic sentence you've ever said.
Thank you, Alex.
On my eye thing. Casey, sorry.
It's all right.
Casey, I'm assuming so Jenka, I'm assuming, is off the charts.
Yeah, you ready for this?
Yeah.
2,430 pound-feet.
See, that's a lot.
10,790 newtons.
Whoa.
Which is insane.
And sort of high number.
Yes, it is like it's off the charts.
And people can woodwork with this?
Yes, but it dulls your tools as you do.
Need
Isn't that
diamond
great?
saws?
Yeah, I think literally so. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. So it is like the tree has mastered creating this kind of like indestructible structural bit that it will then build the rest of its life on.
Only to draw too much attention to itself and be cut down by a bunch of humans.
Is that not just the saddest irony?
That sucks.
It has beat everything except for our pretty little eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's such a perfect way to describe it. And the wood it's gorgeous. Like there's just no way around it. When you like look it up and look at all the photos of it, you're like, oh my God. Like it looks fake because like I said, it looks plastic, but there is another species called the gaboon ebony, which is Diospyros crassifolia. And when you look it up on the wood database, it just looks like a black square. Like I'm like, well, where's the wood? It's like that is the wood. That is
they
a
forgot
picture
to
of
upload the photo.
Exactly. And then as you go down, there are several other species that you can look at. The Ceylon ebony usually has like a almost like a caramel vanilla kind of streak into it.
You know what it is, Casey?
What?
It's chocolate brownie ice cream with a swirl of caramel.
That's exactly it. That is so perfect. Like it looks tasty.
I'm hungry.
Now, there's also Mun ebony, which is Diospyros mun, critically endangered. Macassar ebony, Diospyros celebica, vulnerable. Then there is one that's not quite related that looks like ebony, and a bunch of other things that look like ebony. There's walnuts and things like that. But here's the thing, Alex, that is kind of interesting about this wood. And this was something that I didn't say myself. This was actually brought up by one Mr. Bob
Hope?
No, Alex, I'm sorry. Bob Taylor. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Have you ever heard of guitars?
I'm familiar with guitar. Is this the Bob Taylor?
This is the Bob Taylor
of the titular Taylor guitars?
Of the titular Taylor guitars.
Okay.
Yes. So, what do you know about this guy? What do you know about Taylor guitars?
Well, Taylor guitars are the preferred choice of worship leaders.
Oh, okay. This is
across the world.
That's good to know.
They're famous for being like a nice like entry level pro guitar.
Okay, gotcha.
And they're very bright sounding, lots of high end, very astringent.
Astringent. Okay, interesting term.
And they also have sort of a tapered neck. So they have what they call a jazz neck, which is the bottom of the neck where it meets the headstock, like tapers down to a pretty narrow, so it's very easy to play.
Oh, I see.
You don't have to like stretch your fingers a lot.
Huh, I never would have known that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's Taylor guitars.
Well, there you go. So do you have a Taylor guitar?
No.
Okay, you've played them before?
In high school I really wanted one. But I never got there.
Well, here is my pitch.
But I played plenty of them.
Yeah, okay. So you've played them before. You know how they feel.
Yes, yeah.
Well, apparently Ebony is in almost every one of their guitars.
Where?
It's in the neck.
Okay.
Most specifically.
Yeah.
If it is. And I'm sure that there are some guitars that don't have it at all. But they, in particular, were one of the guitar makers who used a lot of ebony. So Bob Taylor basically started this initiative, I think in 2011, because he was kind of like, hey, I'm going to go down and like see what's going on with all this ebony, because of course the price is really high. It's hard to get exactly what you want and all these kinds of things.
Yeah.
And so he ended up kind of going down a few rabbit holes to see what the process of getting this wood is from, because everyone knows ebony is like really high end. You almost can't get it. In fact, our tree, the Ceylon ebony, you cannot buy it because it is illegal to export it from Sri Lanka and India.
Wow. Same with rosewood, right?
Exactly.
I think you can't fly on a plane with it or something.
It is like 100% protected. And if it's not protected through like international things, a lot of times the countries themselves will say that is our tree that we are managing for a particular thing.
I see.
You may not take it.
Okay.
So it turns out, and I was watching this video after reading an article from the Wood Database, and the article from the Wood Database is Ebony, Dark Outlook for Dark Woods.
Oh my God.
And then it has this picture of ebony with this kind of stamp on it that says critically endangered, right?
It's like a headline from Parks and Rec.
Yeah, no, totally. Let's not dive into the editorial quality of the Wood Database.
Sorry, Wood Database.
We love the Wood Database.
Sorry,
full
Paul.
stop.
Okay.
Eric.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Shit.
So he has this this quote from 2012 from Bob Taylor, the co-founder of Taylor Guitars. It says, ebony has been a wood that for 200, 300, 400 years, we've gone into countries and we've used the ebony until it's gone. Literally. Then we move into another country and we take their ebony till it's gone. Why do I say we? Because ebony isn't cut in Africa for Africans. Ebony is cut in Africa to be sold to people like us to make things like guitars out of.
Yeah.
It's just the simple truth.
Damn, Bob.
He was like, this is kind of fucked up, dudes. We're like destroying this thing.
Wow.
And so once we go into a place, then that country's like, no more, and it stops it. So now we've gone in, taken everything, and then shot ourselves in the foot because we can't get any more of it because A, it's not there, it has to grow back, takes 200 years to grow about 1.5 feet wide. And those countries are like, no, we're not going to like go give this to you and like not make anything for ourselves. This is like not sustainable in any way.
Yeah, that is a surprisingly conscious opinion from a man that I wasn't expecting that. I guess.
Totally. I also was like not expecting that as well.
When you said he was like, "What's all this ebony down there?" I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah, he's gonna go get it. Oh God,
he's gonna go get it.
Yeah, I was totally on there, and I'm like kind of a little bit nervous about greenwashing. But then I like read through some things, and I think he's actually on. I think it's up above board here.
Okay.
So he had this Spanish exporter who would get the ebony from this Gabon ebony, specifically from Cameroon. And so they would get it and then transport it to the United States. Then they would use it. So he ended up following this supply chain down to a particular mill in a particular town in a particular area of Cameroon, and basically said, what's going on here? The guy's like, well, actually, I'm like retiring. I'm going to sell my mill. He ended up working with a bunch of other people, bought the mill, and then went out to all the workers and said, what is going on here? And the workers are like, well, we got to do this. We don't make enough money. Everyone wants this pure black tree. And it turns out what they would do is they would cut down a tree, look at the bottom, and see if there were any perfectly black bits in it. And if there was, they'd say, well, we can't make any money off that. And they'd go to the next tree. Then they'd go to the next.
God.
They cut down, for getting 2 trees, 20 trees. So essentially, to get one exportable, perfectly black tree, they would cut down 10 others.
Oh.
Is that not crazy?
That's awful.
And then they would just leave them.
Couldn't you, if you see on the bottom of the log a little imperfection, that doesn't mean it runs all the way up through the thing, right?
Apparently, mostly it does, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's how these people were grading the wood and then sending it off. Because they would go off of the roads and they'd cut all the ones close to the road, then they have to go a little further, then a little further, then a little further. So it became like, man, we're not going to spend the time to cut up this log. Remember, this is some of the hardest wood there is.
Yeah.
It will dull all of the saws.
Process, yeah.
Yeah. So they would then have to take all those logs out, cut them, take them to the mill, chop them up, and if they weren't perfectly black, then they would be useless.
They wouldn't sell.
They wouldn't sell because everyone wants perfectly black ebony. So
why does that look better than a little bit of something else running through?
It doesn't.
That sounds great.
Yes,
it's a little two-tone.
Exactly. I looked up a bunch of these like guitars on Taylor's website, and you can flip over and look at the back of these amazing guitars with like some of the most beautiful wood grain you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, so he was buying or I guess he bought the mill maybe.
Yes.
But he used that discarded wood.
He was talking to him, and this is per this like little interview. He basically just said, wait, what are you talking about? And they said, well, this is what we do. He's like, well, what if we just buy all of that? Because that is one of the main exporter of every bit. I think like 75% of all the ebony in the entire world market right now
Cameroon
comes through there. Because all those other places I mentioned, they're basically like, go away. No, you're done. You cannot export ebony from Sri Lanka anymore. You cannot do it from here. You cannot do it from here. And all the other trees that are around don't have that really nice, perfect black wood.
Yeah.
So basically, he found himself controlling this supply.
Wild.
And also was like, you guys are getting screwed out. You're cutting down literally 10 times the number of trees that you're actually sending out to us.
Yeah.
We're just going to say, this is the ebony you get now. So now between what they sell to other guitar makers, other violin makers, and using their own guitars, they almost never, like 1 in 11 times, get a perfectly black piece of wood.
Wow.
The rest of them are these like gorgeous spalted, like some of them are like this vanilla swirl, this caramel swirl, and this otherwise perfectly black background.
They're all ice cream. We can agree on that.
I think we can all agree on that. It goes almost without saying, but we need to say it so everyone is on the same page.
They're all ice cream.
It's all ice cream.
All the way down.
But like the guitars are so beautiful.
They're beautiful.
You could just get a plastic guitar and put it back on and call it good. And you'll have essentially the same as ebony, right? So it turns out that what he did is he went down and basically said, we are going to pay you for every log you cut. You go get those, you bring it to us. We are now going to go and say, hello, market. This is the supply of ebony. It sounds the same. It looks basically the same. In fact, it probably looks better because of all this spalting and swirling and grain pattern that you can see. So it ends up being that he basically said, you can either have 0 or you can have this kind.
Right.
And everyone's like, yeah, we'll take that kind. That sounds great. Yeah, let's do it.
Wow.
And so it ends up being better in the sense that now the supply is stable. The people are getting paid. The mill is still down there and is being run for the people by the people there.
Whoa.
But is being controlled on the demand side by someone who's basically saying, you're not fucking with this supply.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure that it is sustainable. And as they said, which I love and automatically is like, that's the line. They're living within the truth of the forest.
Whoa.
And I was like, Good one, guys.
Hell yeah,
really
man.
good job. Love that. I want you to stick with it. But yeah, if you go to the website and like follow the whole thing, like it even says on the side like the truth of the forest. Like I can click on that and read about the truth of the forest.
Yeah, I without knowing anything about Bob Taylor the man,
Yeah,
I gotta say, from a business perspective, masterstroke.
yeah, it's gotta be.
That's great.
Yeah, and now everyone in the world is like on board because, well, they have to be. Otherwise, they're going to be using like illegally logged ebony that most of the time is coming from some tropical forest that often is protected because it's like, well, this is the national park. This is where the only big trees are left.
Yeah.
And then illegal loggers go in and high grade and take out all the big fancy trees.
Whoa.
That is so common across the entire world. It's
Illegal
obscene.
logging, really?
Oh, yeah. It's
like
huge.
poaching.
It's exactly what it is, yeah.
Speaking of Ivory.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
It's the same for ebony.
Well, let me just sing it one more time. By Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll save everyone.
So it turns out that in this case, it's kind of like a good corporate responsibility story.
Yeah.
And it makes me like, happy that all the other ebony in the world is protected and we're not even going after it because it's done its time. We have raked
know.
it through the coals and now we just need to give it 200 years to grow back.
And then we'll do it all again.
Gotta do it again. But right now, it seems like, okay, cool. This is like, I hope not bad. And like, I'm waiting for like this like shoe to drop where someone's like, well, actually, they're fucking up this. And
I know.
like, I don't think that is actually the case here. Maybe this is just a small microcosm, and there's other places that are doing it poorly. But apparently, if you get it through this kind of supply chain, it's above board and it's good.
I want to believe.
I do. I want to believe.
I think we have a healthy skepticism because history shows that these kinds of stories are always, well, Bob Taylor was actually a huge racist.
Exactly. It's like, well, it turns out what he did is like he just ran it straight into the ground and then sold and got out.
Yeah, but you know.
It seems like he's like, no, man, like we got to live in a sustainable forest ecosystem in order to keep the trees that we are using in our guitars. So it makes sense for us not to just use it to a nub. It makes sense if I want to keep this business rolling that I need to keep the supply rolling as well. So that means the spruces and the maples and the ebonies and all the other really fancy woods across the world that they purchase from. He's like, if we just like just skin the sheep, then we're not actually gaining anything. We need to shorn we need to shear the sheep, and then it will grow new wool. Man, did I just nail that, Alex?
Oh, you nailed it, pal. Yeah, I'm interested also how, maybe this is a discussion for another time. In fact, I'm sure it is, but in how like ebony wood sounds in a guitar and like what parts of the guitar, if it was just for decoration. Yeah. Or
is it inlaid on the
like
back
a tone wood or something?
I believe it is often used in the tone wood on the back of the guitar.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
But I will leave this up to you to go to our local guitar shop and play a few for us.
Okay.
Would you do that?
I'm taking you with me.
Yeah.
It's like a Mr. Rogers cutaway.
Yeah, now we're both like on a moped. Yeah, it sounds great.
At the bread factory for some reason. All right, well, we got to give a rating to Ebony. And we'll give one to Ivory. Why not? Let's keep it.
We might as well.
Let's keep it all equal. And we got to do that after a quick break. We'll be right back with Completely Arbortrary. Welcome back to Completely Arbortrary. That was our discussion on ebony. I loved it. And it's time to give a rating to this tree, Casey.
Let's do it.
Here's how it works. We're going to have some final thoughts on this tree and then give it a rating of 0 to 10. Deep, dark, black cones of honor. As our resident expert, we'll begin with you. Casey's doing some cool hand movements.
Yeah, man. Did you see that? I went from 0 to 10 and then 10 to 0.
Oh, yes, I saw.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand.
That's how I impress children.
Well, what do you think? Okay. Oh, it's important to you. What do you think, Casey?
Okay. So, personally, I really love finding Diospyros trees wherever I do. So far, I have yet to run into one where I'm like, whatever. Usually, every single time I see one, I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm just kind of stoked. I don't know why.
Cool.
I like the bark. I like the fruit. Even though I don't like the fruit, I like the fruit. You know? It's like, I like it as a decoration on the tree.
Yes.
but it's not something that I want to put in my mouth. I love the bark in particular. I think the bark is always very handsome for these trees. And the wood is incredible.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I love the marbled ebony way better than the straight black ebony. Because, yeah, it just kind of looks like plastic. It's not that I'm against it, but I'm like, I like the texture. I like seeing the different colors. Now the wood grain is like intertwined with itself.
Kind of shows you that it's wood.
It kind of does, exactly. And so I'm going to give it an 8.0.
Damn.
I'm going to give it a straight 8.0. This tree in particular, our Ceylon ebony, because it has just kept going.
Nice.
We have not cut it into nubs where it's never going to grow back. It's still there. It's still growing back, and it is recovering slowly but surely. But that's because everyone said zero, no, go away.
Is that
no
mill
more.
still kicking?
The
That
mill-
Bob Taylor mill?
Yeah, it's still pushing out new wood all the time. But that is the Gaboon ebony, which is from that part of the world. That is
Oh, I thought that was the... Oh, no. The Sri Lankan ebony is different.
yes. So Sri Lankan Ceylon ebony, Diospyros ebenum. That's the one we're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
The one that is being worked on through the Taylor guitar folks is the Gaboon ebony, which is Diospyros crassiflora.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it 8.0 because,
Very good.
I just dig the trees. I just think they're really beautiful, and the wood that they produce is outstanding.
Nice.
And like I said, I like that this one is like, it's coming back.
You love a superlative tree, and this is a superlative in the sense that it is so dark.
It is so dark and so hard. It's
Yeah.
incredible. That's right. And then for Ivory, 0. I don't have any love for Ivory.
What about when it's on the elephant?
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Man, when you see those things go,
Elephants are the best.
incredible. Yeah.
You know how we have like episodes about ants and stuff?
Yes.
Can we have an episode about elephants?
Sure.
I just love elephants.
Yeah,
You know they
let's-
hold funerals for their dead.
No, I had no idea.
They do.
Is that real?
Yes.
No way.
It's incredible. They're amazing, amazing creatures. They're very intelligent.
I knew that they're very intelligent, but I didn't know anything about this this funeral or anything. Yeah, I bet you I can come up with something there.
Cool. And
Yeah.
elephant studies say that their elephants' perception of human beings is that they think we're very cute in the way that we think dogs are cute.
Oh, honestly,
Which is
that does make my day.
I don't know how they know that, but I will repeat that fact for the rest of my life.
Honestly, I like that some people. I hope it's just like some scientists are like, oh, honestly, they just think we're like cute. Like,
Write it down.
don't worry about it.
Write it down. Publish it. Why not?
just go for it.
Well, Casey, here's what I think about ebony.
Okay.
I think this tree is pretty cool. You know, it's hard for me to see a tree that whose grows a fruit that is not yum yum.
Really?
And I'm like, oh, wasted potential.
Well, okay. I
Come
guess
on.
I knew this, but like,
Yeah.
we've covered so many trees that the fruit is nothing. But now you're holding it against this one.
Well, I feel the same way about like Osage orange, where it's like a definite, like that is a fucking fruit.
Yes,
But
it's
you
not
bite
for
into
you.
it and you're going to spit it out immediately.
I see what you're saying. Okay,
So I
I'm
kind of
on
feel
board.
like these don't look, well, I guess I haven't seen a photo of the fruit. I've only seen this illustration of the fruit. But they look like fruit.
Yeah.
And then if you bite into it, you might spit it out.
Yes, I mean, I think I think you would. I don't. In fact, I think it's going to be astringent and like, blah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
And then once it's like not astringent, it's going to be like a big seedy mess.
Ugh.
And the seeds are pretty large.
But where the fruit lacks flavor, the wood has good stuff.
Okay, I'm just going to check your rhyme scheme real fast. Yeah, that didn't get me there.
Flavor.
Yeah, we need flavor. Favor.
Oh, where the fruit has no flavor, the wood will do you a favor. That sounds sexual.
The wood.
You may favor.
There you go. Okay, we got there. Yeah,
Okay.
All right, try that again real fast.
But however, and where the fruit lacks flavor, the wood you may favor.
That was so good, Alex. Did you just come up with that?
I hate Taylor guitars. That's a strong word.
Whoa.
I don't prefer to play Taylor guitars. I don't like how they sound.
Okay.
But that wood looks pretty cool, and I wouldn't
look
mind.
nice.
Well, I don't know. I think it's teak wood on the back of my classical here.
Yeah,
Would you take
okay.
a look at that? It's just gorgeous.
It is. It's beautiful. Exactly. But it has like, so describe this real fast to us.
The back of my classical guitar is kind of like candy striped.
Yeah.
Between dark brown and this sort of like salted caramel color.
Yes, and it looks like it's the same piece that was cut. So on the bottom of one piece, it's very dark, and then on the top, it's much lighter. And they like cut it 1, 2, 3, 4 different slices, and then they put the white or the lighter parts right next to each other.
Yes.
So essentially, it's like it's like a mirror image.
It's mirrored, yeah.
Exactly.
But this tree is pretty cool. And I think that it's always interesting when there's, I don't know, ancient commodities are really interesting to me. Like when an ancient people or a civilization like latches on to something like salt. Oh my God, salt's blowing up.
Dude.
It's still popular.
Salt is blowing up. Have you heard about this?
So I'm going to give this tree a 7.5.
7.5. Okay, that's pretty good.
I think it deserves it.
What do you think about Ivory, Alex?
Oh, Ivory on the elephant, 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Off the elephant, fuck you.
Same page.
And I think all poachers should die. But I think they should die the same way that they make their living. I think people should hunt them.
Whoa.
The most dangerous game.
Dang, okay.
Is man himself. Huh. Or herself. Casey, that was Ebony, and it's time for a very special edition of a very special game.
What do we have today?
This is in honor of our conversation went a different place than I thought it was going to go.
Okay.
In honor of this very dark wood.
Yeah.
This is a Dark Knight version of the family tree. That's right.
What?
Batman edition.
Oh my God.
It's a common condition in this day and age for Casey and Alex to anthropomorphize a tree. Is it Zeus of Olympus or Saruman? Some people say it's even Admiral Thrawn. Deep cut. There must be some kind of rules to this stupid game. But all we can see is an opportunity for a segment on Completely Arbortrary. Maybe Jean-Luc Picard is an elm of some kind. And the kid from Up is a ponderosa pine. There's room for yous, mahoganies. There's room for the hosts to disagree. It's a podcast game called The Family Tree. All right, Casey, here's how this game works.
Did you just ruin your singing career?
Yes.
By just singing that like the Batman?
I don't know how Christian did it.
That was hilarious.
All right, Casey, here's how this game works. I'm going to give you characters from some canon or other.
Okay.
We are then going to assign each of these characters a tree based on their physical appearance, personality, etc., their goals and ambitions.
Yeah.
And as I alluded to very subtly, this is a Batman edition, and today we're doing Batman villains.
That was extremely subtle. We're doing villains strictly.
Specifically, yes.
Okay.
Okay, Casey. Our first super villain from the Batman universe is going to be Bane.
Bane. He was born in the darkness.
That's right.
Okay.
He was born in the dark.
Okay. He's got a mask on.
He was born in a prison.
Okay.
Now that feels important. He escaped.
He escaped the prison. Is he a bad guy, or was he falsely imprisoned?
Interesting. Is he a bad guy, or is it a bad world?
Oh,
he's just living in it.
Man, Twain, thank you.
He wears a mask. He is big and strong. Specifically mentions that he is one of the only villains that Batman fears.
Really?
So that seems significant.
Wow. Why does he fear him?
He's so strong.
Yeah. Okay.
He breaks his back.
I have my answer.
What is your answer?
Black Locust.
Oh, wow. Tell me more.
Because I was born in the darkness.
Was it really?
No, I don't really.
It was a little Monopoly
Man. Could be. It was. Is that Monopoly Man? Dang it. He was born in the darkness. You see? Oh, man. Okay.
A railroad baron.
Exactly. So the reason I chose black walnut is that it's an invasive species. So it has escaped
Oh, yes.
into other parts of the world. It grows with very sharp thorns. Well, technically they're stipular spines along each leaf base, right along on the twig. So you could fear it because if you're going to climb it, it hurts.
Sure. Well, that's a good pick, Casey.
Yeah, so it escaped from cultivation, of course, and just kind of spread out. It's very pokey, very strong wooded tree.
Very muscular.
Famously very strong, exactly. Does it wear a mask? Only because people don't always know how to identify it.
Good.
Thank you.
That's a great. I couldn't ask for more.
All right, great. Okay, that's my answer. That's what I think.
All right, great. Well, here's the next one. This game, my answers are going to be your answers.
No, Alex, I don't appreciate that's not the game. Listen, hey, come on. You love this game.
I'm going to say baobab.
The baobab tree.
Because the baobab is so full of water that it's bulging like a balloon.
Oh my God, is that the same thing with...
Bane is so full of venom, the chemical that makes him strong.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That he's bulging at the seams.
Oh, I love that.
If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Ironically, Bane's penis, very small.
Yeah, it didn't get the injection.
The venom didn't take.
That's why he's so mad all the time.
That's right. He's sort of a symbol of toxic masculinity. Okay, Casey, that's Bane.
All right. Okay, cool. I'm glad I know who that one is.
Yes. You'll know who all these are.
Okay.
Let's move on to one of my favorite character portrayals in any superhero movie ever.
Danny DeVito.
Yes.
What?
Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
No way. Yes.
In Tim Burton's Batman Returns.
Oh man, that makes my day.
God, I love that movie.
I was literally just making a joke.
Well, your joke to every joke is a kernel of truth.
There you go.
So the Penguin.
Okay, yeah, tell us about it.
Oswald Cobblepot or something, and he is a I'm just going to go off of the Tim Burton movie. Much like Moses, Oswald was put in a basket and by his parents because he was too ugly to love.
Well, I can relate.
And sent down the sewers.
Whoa! Okay.
And he became best friends with the penguins, who obviously live down there.
Yeah, and that's where he and Moses went their separate ways.
That's right.
Okay.
That's where the analogy ends. Right after that. And he's very rich and he wants to become mayor.
Okay.
But he, at his core, Casey, he is a disgusting man who just wants to be loved.
Oh.
But he doesn't deserve it because he's too ugly.
A disgusting man who just wants to be loved but is too ugly.
I hope it's clear that I'm being facetious.
Oh, see, I was thinking that you were just trying to really, really help me out to find a really good tree, which I think you are.
That too. Yeah, what do you think, Casey?
Okay.
A tree that looks rough on the outside, acts rough, but is maybe just misunderstood, and is best friends with penguins.
And is just misunderstood and best friends with penguins.
Hangs out in a bar made of ice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is hard. Man, so I'm trying to think of like a tree that you just see it growing and you're like, oh, ooh, oh.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. I'm not thinking invasive necessarily, but I'm racking my brain for a tree that just looks disheveled and ugh.
I'm thinking hawthorn.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking in that realm too.
Like a hedge hawthorn.
I got one.
Oh.
Let's keep going down this hawthorn.
I don't think hawthorn is as good as what you're about to say.
You don't know what I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
Okay, fine. The net leaf hackberry.
What?
Yes.
That's not a tree.
It's a tree. I think it technically counts as a tree. How tree-like does it get? Really, it does not quite reach a level to where I'm like, that gets to a tree. But everything that talks about trees and shrubs that are native to this area, it always gets mentioned in there as a small tree.
Why this tree?
Because every single time I see the net leaf hackberry, which is the native one, I can't remember the scientific name. I'll see if I can look it up in a second.
Celtis reticulata.
Celtis reticulata.
Or Celtis.
Celtis, yeah. So it just always looks like a gross tree. And it's always growing in a gross way, in a gross area, which I don't mean to disparage certain parts of the world, but if you go to Eastern Oregon or Central Oregon around Maupin, there is a little area there where the Deschutes River is cutting through kind of east of the Cascades. And it just kind of is an area that's been overgrazed. Lots of times it grows next to water where cows have shit and walked in. And it kind of just is a little bit of a degraded landscape in some places.
Okay.
yet there's always this like disgusting looking, just bedraggled little tiny, not quite tree, not quite shrub, little thing growing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? It's big enough to be a tree, but I couldn't identify it. And then I looked it up and I was like, this looks like a hackberry. Do we have a hackberry over here? Is this like an invasive, like shitty tree? And it's this little guy.
Okay.
And it has nothing wrong with it, but it's just, it looks like the Tyrion version of like the rest of the Lannisters. Because I love the rest of the hackberries. I think they're big, gorgeous trees. And then they have this like, this little version that is just kind of like, ugh.
Okay.
And you count? You do? It does? Oh, okay. Hey.
Checking
hi.
with the judges.
Good to see you. So that's what I think. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it wants to be loved just the way every other hackberry wants to be loved.
Sure.
But it does not strike me as, it's the Danny DeVito of the hackberries is what it is.
Come on. He was wearing prosthetics.
Okay, sure.
That's not his real face. I love in the end when he dies and he like falls flat, but it's a dummy. It just looks so good.
Really?
The way he falls flat on his face.
Oh man, I need to look that up. I haven't seen that.
It's like he has like this wide flat ass. It's just very like
good for them.
Looking.
Good for them.
Okay, Casey. Next we have Two-Face.
Two-Face. Okay, I know Two-Face. He's got two faces.
That's right.
Okay.
He's Harvey Dent, who is a politician in some manner. Two-Face is Harvey Dent, but then something happens to the side of his face.
Yeah.
I think it's different in different canons, like different people interpret it differently.
Okay.
I don't know what the original is, but he gets acid thrown on him or something. And he, for some reason, it changes his personality, and he becomes Two-Face. And he has coins.
Guy. He's got coins.
His whole thing is like, fate is fickle. And everything rests on the flip of a coin.
Oh.
Like life and death is the flip of a coin. So he really takes that to heart. A coin has two sides. So does his face.
Wow.
So it's maybe a tree that is a little bit two-sided, two-faced.
Yeah.
Maybe two forms, or looks really nice and you go up and touch it and it poisons you or something.
Yes. Okay. We're on to something here. Okay. This is so hard. Everyone, you have no idea how hard this is for me.
Just relax.
I'm trying to relax.
Into
it. You say relax, it doesn't make me relax.
Put too much pressure on yourself. I think if you just like let it happen, it'll happen.
Oh, it just happened. Oh my God.
Oh, Casey,
Alex,
please.
I gotta go. Okay.
I'm giving Casey advice about the game, but also personal life stuff.
This is everything about our show is a double entendre to life. Okay,
much like Two-Face.
Exactly. God, there's so many levels here.
Two.
Okay, so the very first thing that I came up with was the Pacific Madrone. The reason I came up with the Pacific Madrone is that often Pacific Madrones come in two different forms for me. And one is like this beautiful tree that's growing up and kind of doing its thing. It's a madrone. Everyone loves them. But they often are dead on one side. So one side of the tree is just like completely dead, completely barren, and just looks like sticks. And you see like really beautiful bark on one side and dead stuff on the other side, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But also, it gets burned. That's its way of living its life, is that it will just like let fire come through and then it will sprout back from after the fire.
Fire dependent.
Exactly. So it feels like that's a tree that has like, I don't know, two different forms.
Yeah.
It's like, I either grow this beautiful stately thing or I'm a half dead, disheveled, circular kind of resprouted copse.
Yeah, and then fire gives it new life.
Exactly, and sometimes it gets burned on one side, but not the other.
Interesting. I like that.
This is what I think. What do you think? You got any ideas?
My only idea is the lodgepole pine, a.k.a. the shore pine.
Oh.
Which is the same species.
Yes.
But in the east, on the one side of the mountain, it grows nice and straight and tall, like
I don't
know, white politician. Then on the other side... on the other side, where it's facing the elements, scraggly motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I think maybe but it's the same tree.
Yeah.
It just depends, on where it is and what's going on around it.
That's so much better than mine. That's great.
I don't think it's better than yours by any means. I think it's just different.
I really appreciate that.
Okay, Casey, last but not least.
Okay.
Oh, do you hear that cackling in the distance?
Oh my God, I do.
I think it might be the Jokester.
I'm afraid.
So the Joker is...
But he's just like a legitimate bad dude.
Yeah, he just loves chaos.
He loves chaos.
And life's a joke. I understand where he's coming from. Like,
yes.
Everything we've built, this whole world is like fake.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, let me show you how fake it is by blowing up a bridge.
Yeah, like just showing you all these things.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just like sowing chaos.
Yes.
And watching you scramble. It's like entertaining to him. He's like a performance artist, you know?
Yes, yeah.
But a violent one.
But a violent one. The first thing that comes to my mind, and I'll explain why. It's a calorie pair.
Tell me more.
I think the calorie pair, because in the Southeast, it is horribly invasive. And it's an invasive tree that you can't just like, oh, great, I'm just going to cut it down and now it's gone. It like will resprout from the roots and create these like really dense like thickets of itself. It's awful. It's really hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
But it also was brought over because it's like supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be this nice, gorgeous tree, but then it smells like semen, right?
Yeah. Just like the Joker.
Just like the Joker.
You know he smells like shit.
You know it. This could just be my gut reaction. It's not always good. Sometimes it doesn't always hit the mark. But in this case, it feels like it because this tree is actively like showing everybody like, oh, you wanted me to be beautiful and lovely. Let me show you the dark side of what can happen when you mess with Mother Nature or something like that.
It is also a very funny tree. I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, you gave it a high rating because you were like, yeah, this is actually hilarious.
It's a great joke.
Yeah, it is. It's a great joke.
The Jokester is all about.
Okay, that's what I'm going to stick on. I can also, if I sat down for a while, I could come up with some other trees that just love to sow chaos into the world. And maybe I'll think of that.
Okay.
Because what other trees?
But the calorie pair is special because it's not just chaos. It's like funny.
It's funny chaos.
It's like, it smells like semen. That's funny.
That is. It's hilarious.
You know, it's not like it smells like death. Like, that's not funny. Right? Classic comedy fodder.
While it's doing other things, it's also being like, oh, and like, goddamn.
All right, Casey. Well, that was Family Tree.
All right,
Or should I say Family Tree?
Oh, the Batman.
Why'd you have to say family? And it's time for a completely arbitrary AMA. If you've got a question for the podcast, become a Treemium member. Get us to 800 subs over at arbitrarypod.supercast.com. Current check-in, I believe we're at 760.
Whoa, you guys.
We're cruising,
All
but
right.
we do have a ways to go.
We only need 40 more. You guys can do this. Sign back up real fast. If you haven't, sign up your friend. Send it over to somebody you love and say, hey, here's this real quick subscription. It's cheaper than going out to dinner nowadays, okay?
That's true.
Supports good cause. And on top of that, if we get there, everyone will get 2 whole stickers. 1 sticker sheet filled with a bunch of trees. I'm not going to tell you what those are. I'll tell you next week.
Oh.
And then another extra cone. That's what's so cool. You get our 5-year anniversary sticker sheet with 5 individual cones on it. And if you can get us all up to a lovely, beautiful 800 subscribers, then everyone's going to get a bonus. And I mean everyone. Even if you sign up for the $5 level. Doesn't matter. Everyone's going to get it.
As long as you are a subscriber.
Exactly. If you subscribed and get us to 800 subscribers, everybody gets the extra cone.
And one of the benefits you get is that you get to ask questions for the podcast, and we may read it on the show, just like I'm about to read Grace's question.
Bonjour, Grace.
Grace says, this one caught my eye, Casey.
Okay.
When I was a kid, my parents told me that it was painful for a plant's roots to be exposed to air. They said it was similar to drinking ice water with a cold, sensitive tooth.
Wow.
Is there any truth to this, or was this just an attempt to get me to stop playing with and squashing apart the root ball when we were gardening?
I love that.
This reminds me of my own mother, angel on earth, now an angel in heaven. She told me that if I flicked the lights off and on, it was a signal to a local gang, and they would send members over to her house.
What?
Yeah.
That is intense.
That is
oh my God.
Parenting with fear.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I mean, that's like a very famous thing. Like, don't go over there. The boogeyman's going to get you.
Yeah,
like, don't go out there. You'll get taken by Luthra.
You don't want to be taken by Seleuthra. Every child growing up in the Pacific Northwest knows this.
We all know this. It's classic.
So, Casey, do roots feel pain? And maybe pain's not the right word.
Yeah.
I guess maybe answer that question, but also my sort of like follow-up is like, can they tell at all?
Yes. So the first quick answer is, I love the metaphor of it's like you are dousing your teeth with like ice water.
Yeah.
Because essentially you're exposing the roots to a situation they are not designed nor want to be in.
Totally.
They're not designed for and do not want to be in.
Yeah.
So what that means is as the roots are exposed out of the soil, they're drying out. That's really what it is. So if it is really moist outside, like it's actively raining, you're probably not going to cause too much damage to the roots.
Okay.
But also they can go into dormancy, so you can have bare-rooted plants shipped across country and then planted so long as it's done during the dormant period when it's cool outside. Because the big thing that happens is that those roots will dry out.
Okay.
And when they dry out, they will die.
Why?
Well, because they are always growing down in the soil where there is a huge amount of moisture. That's what they do. They collect the water and the nutrients that is dissolved in that water from the soil and bring it up to the rest of the tree.
They breathe water.
Pretty much. Well, they also breathe air, so it's kind of fun. They do everything.
Whoa. Like a fish.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fish breathe air.
I'm going to say yes,
There's
Alex.
air in water. I know that's
is
not
technically true. Yeah, you're right. Dissolved oxygen.
Thank you.
So what they do, the roots, they need to stay moist. If they dry out, then they'll die. They are not like the stems and the twigs and the leaves up in the high areas. But then again, if they dry out, they will also die, but they're constantly getting supplied water from the roots.
Right. The roots are like the heart.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
stab it in the heart, it's going to die. Everything's going to die.
Everything's going to die. Yeah. Yeah.
If you chop off a finger, the rest of the body will be fine.
You'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. So in the root system, if you expose it to air that is dry, like especially a really hot kind of day, like in your middle of summer, you pull up a plant, it'll dry out and die really quickly.
How quick?
Like in a matter of hours.
Whoa.
You can actually watch you can take out a tree or some kind of plant, pull it out, lay it on just in the middle of the sun on a hot day, on even a warm day, and you will watch it go from like, hey, I'm kind of alive, to just completely droopy to completely dead and desiccated within the hour.
Wow.
It may not be like crunchy dry, but it will no longer be holding itself up. It'll be just laying like it was splattered on the pavement.
And it's too late. You can't put it back.
Nope, it's too late.
Wow.
There's too much cell damage. Essentially, it dries out and all of the cells rupture because there's just too much pressure and it's not getting filled in with certain water, and it just causes a lot of trouble.
So Grace's parents kind of right.
Yeah.
It's kind of sound advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not too fearful. It doesn't have to do with Grace receiving harm.
True, but you don't want to harm the plant.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing that adds a whole other level to this. Do plants feel that pain? The answer, I think, is yes. Now, is it the same kind of pain that you and I feel? Maybe, maybe not. We really don't know. We can't talk to a plant and be like, did that hurt? And define what that means to the plant, right?
As far as we know, they don't have like a nervous system in the way that animals do.
Is exactly right. We actually do know that. They do not have a nervous system the way animals have. But if you were to snap a leaf or bite into a leaf or cut a leaf off or cut a branch, there is a very measurable and obvious electrical pulse that goes from there and shoots out to the rest of the plant.
The tree knows.
And that can cause it stress. It can cause it stress responses, which we can measure with different chemicals and things like that. We can see the traces of all these electrical currents that have flown through.
Which really, what is the difference?
What is the difference? That is exactly the point, right? Honestly, everyone really should read The Plant Eaters. It's a compelling read.
Okay.
I highly recommend it.
Well, there you go. Thanks, Grace, for your question. That was a longer and more interesting response than I maybe expected.
All right. I hope that's
not
a
a
good
dig
thing.
at you.
I'm nervous now, Alex.
I thought you were just going to be like, no, not really.
No.
But it's kind of true.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of true. Yeah, kind of. It counts. I will round that up to yes.
Ooh, okay. We got a yes.
There you go.
And if you want to ask a question on the podcast, like I said, become a Treemium member, arbitrarypod.supercast.com. Get stickers.
Become
Yay,
a Treemium member.
And
You guys,
harmless.
yeah. And like I said, just sign up. Just do it now. Just do it this one time. $12 gets you a bunch of stickers, and it supports us, and it gets everybody else those stickers too. Think of all your other friends. Think of all of them.
That's a good way to convince people to do something.
Yeah, this is like collective punishment No, it's a collective reward.
Yeah, but
what
it
it is.
implies a collective punishment as
If
well.
you don't do it. Yeah. You hear that? You hear me?
Which I'm fine with.
Yes. In fact, if we don't get up to 800 subscribers, everybody is actually just going to get a lump of coal this month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Casey Clapp.
Alex Crow, let's get on out of here, bro.
Yeah, man. Great episode. And that's all I really have to say.
Okay. No.
But to you, dear listener, we say thank you so much for listening to this episode of Completely Arbitrary. We'll see you next time. Bye.
See ya. Completely Arbitrary is hosted by Casey Clapp and Alex Crowson.
Our music is by Aves and the Mini Vandals, and our artwork is by Jillian Barthold.
To support the podcast and get rewards in return, become a Treemium member at arbitrarypod.supercast.com.
Thanks for listening.